we understand that it could be challenging for sure, but the essential approach has always been you have to approach it with empathy, number one, understanding and then guidance. And the guidance should always come from the Quran and the Sunnah. And the first thing we should always do, number one, is we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our children and strengthen ourselves. That should be first. And we have to then, after we strengthen ourselves, and we have to, and like the sister said, we have to also be living that life. Like we say in the streets, you got to be about that life before you expect your kids to be about that. Some of us have those parents, and I've come from those who, is do as I say, not as I do. And it doesn't work that way. This doesn't work that way. They'll put a cigarette to their mouth, say, never let me see you doing this. What kind of example is that? We can't live that way. As Muslims, we have to portray and we have to walk. When it says the Prophet ﷺ was, Aisha radiallahu anha said the Prophet ﷺ was the Quran walking. There's a reason for that. His example is something that we must take. Not that we should. It's not a suggestion. It's something that we must do. And then in turn, if we're mimicking that character and that behavior, inshallah, our children will. No one says, they will walk lockstep and you won't have any issues and any problems. We understand that fitna, and that some children and parents and wives and husbands sometimes will be a trial for you and it'll be a test for you.